All right, let's get ready. What's going on, guys? I figured I'd try something different today. Today I'm going to show my face. So I hope that I look presentable for you. Anyway, welcome to edition of Ty's Takes. As you see it, I am Ty. My channel, I want to appreciate you coming to my channel today. Mainly what my channel is about reviews, blogs, reviews, my take on things, trying to save you some money. If you're interested in any kind of new product, you don't know if you're confused about it, I'm here to help you out. I started this channel when I made a video about my Husqvarna rider lawnmower, and I realized that when you go to a big box store, nobody really knows how to buy a lawnmower, so it kind of progressed from there. But I figured, usually you always see my hands or what I'm doing. Today I'm going to show my face, so I'm going to try something different. But today, I'm going to talk about something that really kind of got it all started, which is this right here. This is the new Gopro Hero 8 Black, and we're going to do an unboxing of it. And it all started with this GoPro here. I bought this GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero Plus. I probably bought this thing maybe, I gotta say, about 4 years ago. It's been a great camera. It really, really has. It's been a great camera, action camera. I've been everywhere on this thing. I've been on a bike with this thing. I've been on roller coasters with this thing. I've been on boats, ski boats, sailboats, cruise ships, my pontoon boat, everywhere. And this thing is not falling off. I mean, it's fell because of my error, not nothing that's I put on it. It's fell a couple of times, on the ground. Hasn't cracked, hasn't leaked, hasn't did any of that stuff. So it has been a great camera. I've taken this thing to the gun range with me, everywhere, and it's been a awesome camera. There are a lot of action cameras out there. There are a lot of copycats out there. There are a lot of fakes out there, and there are a lot of like other names. But honestly, man, I think GoPro makes the camera itself, the actual lens, is to me by far out of all the ones I've seen the best quality to me, because a lot of them when you hear them, they got a lot of lag in them, or the battery doesn't last as long, or so on and so forth. So I love this camera here. I've had it 4 years. I've absolutely used all about it. I've been on horses with it, everything. And it has been an awesome camera. It hasn't been a shot that I've taken with it that has not been captured onto its card. The main thing when you buy these cameras is just make sure that you buy the right card, the right SD card. You can't buy a weak PNY card. You got to buy an actual card that can hold high definition content. So a lot of people buy these cameras and they get disgusted or they get frustrated because they say the card is not reading or something of that matter. But what it is, they bought the wrong card. The camera is not going to read that. And this, like I said, this is a high definition lens. This is a 1080 progressive interlace lens here. So it needs a lot. It's sucking in a lot of information. So it needs a card big enough and strong enough to receive that information. So that's the main thing about GoPro, is just getting the right card, the SD card. But today, that's the story on this one. So thanks to my beautiful wife, she actually bought me the Hero 8 Black, and I really appreciate it. And so that's what we're going to talk about, what's new in this versus this. And we're going to talk about some accessories that I actually got, which is this protective case here, and some other accessories I got coming up. So I'm going to show you that stuff. So let's get to it. Let's do some unboxing. So today we're going to put that aside. And hey, it's just like you in my garage, right? So I'm going to rip that open there, open this up, and it pretty much opens up from the bottom. I kind of like this. I like the packaging. I do. I like this little plastic case here. So pull this out. There we go. Let's put this aside. Now what I got here, like I said, I got the actual bundle. Let's put this up like this. And so what she bought the actual bundle. So not only she bought the Hero 8 Black, but she also bought the one that comes with the head strap, the selfie stick that turns into a tripod, and the 2 extra batteries. And it comes with a 32 gigabyte SD card, high definition SD card. So that's, you know what? Thank you so much, Mrs. So we're gonna put this aside. You know what? Now we're gonna put this box right here. Maybe we can stand this up so you guys can really look at and you can see what we're doing. All right, so this is it. This is the Hero 8 Black. So yeah, I gotta say, size-wise, now this right here actually has. Let me take this off. This right here actually has a plastic case on it. This is a waterproof case, and with the old Heroes, you had 2 backings, and you can see there. You pull this off. It's got the backing with the hole in it, so you can get better audio. But you can go underwater real good with this camera here. And so this right here is the same way. It is also, waterproof. So, but the only difference is this one here came with the actual plastic covering on it, and it was actually mounted and stuck to its plastic cover. And you can tell how old this is, because the Hero 7 and I think the 6 didn't come with that. It came with just a camera like that. I know for a fact that the 7 came exactly like this. But it also had a covering that you had to put inside, because it had the actual mounting brackets on it. So that's another thing we're going to cover with this one right here. You don't have to do that with this one anymore. So this right here actually came with its own waterproof housing, and it came with 2 backs, a solid back and a back with a hole in it. But the camera was actually married to the case. That's the only thing. So you had to have this plastic case here. So we're going to talk about, first we're going to unbox this. Now we're going to take this apart. Basically, you just take that, like that there, pull that apart. Voila, there's the camera. All right. Set that there. Let's set that right there so you guys can see it. All right, let's do the unboxing. Let's see what comes inside. All right, first we got some instructions, like quick guide instructions here. Some stuff about the Hero Plus. Instruction booklet. Hey, real men don't read these. It's like I'm just playing. Read your instructions, man. That's just a saying. Us men, we tend to not to read the instructions. We need to read the instructions, right, ladies? Men, we need to read the instructions. Some cool stickers. We got some questions here. All right, let's open this up here. We got, there's the battery. I see last year, the batteries are all black. This year for the Hero 8, it's black with blue. That's cool. That's one battery there. I got one battery's already in the camera. I've got a housing here, a mount housing with a 3M tape. There's another thing I want to cover. A lot of your cheap accessories that you buy, they don't have that 3M. 3M, like I use a lot of 3M on, like when I, put my lights on to my bike, anything I'm customizing with the bike, stuff like that. If I got to mount it on there and it's got a stick, I use 3M. I don't use anything else, because one thing about 3M, I will say, once you peel this red backing off and you stick it, it is stuck. I mean, it's boom, it's done. You know what I mean? So make sure wherever you want this mount, that's where you want it, because once you stick it on there, it's gonna stick. All right, so keep that on there. Comes with a USB wire for your charging. There's the headband from GoPro. It's pretty neat, right? And here's the SD card I was telling you about. This right here is the 32 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme high definition SD card. This is what you want. You want this card. You get 32 gigs, or you can get 20 gigs or 25 gigs, whatever. But you want a extreme high definition SD card. That's what you want, or it won't read it. Especially with this camera, because with this camera it was 1080i or 1080p. This camera right here is 4K. That's a lot more information, folks. A lot more video. So you're gonna need a bigger card. So the more info you have, the bigger the card you're gonna need per video. All right, that's the thing. So that right there, I'm going to sit that just like that so you guys can see it. This right here is the actual selfie stick. This is pretty slick. Pull that out. Let's see. Pull that out there. You can take a selfie with it. See that? That's pretty neat, right? And then what you can do is you can actually fold this out, turn that into a stand. Now that's pretty neat. I gotta admit, that's pretty slick. All right, so let's put this aside over here, right? All right, so everything comes in the box. 2 batteries. I got a battery already inside the camera here. There's the second battery, the mount, the headband, the USB, some stickers, and and this cool little stick here. This is actually pretty slick. Now, I don't know how much this costs by itself. I think I heard. I think I saw on the website it was like $40. But yeah, you can fold that in like that, and you can hold it like a selfie stick, and it telescopes out, or you can telescope that back in, and there's the mount there. You just screw that in, and it's done. You know. So we're gonna pull this back out, and set this out so you can see it. So now, here's the biggest thing with this camera here. The main thing that I noticed between these 2 cameras, especially with this camera, like I said, this camera right here can do 720 to 1080i or 1080p, 60 frames per second. It was a great HD camera. A lot of my videos that you see, or like my video you just saw when I was racing my RCs, was shot by this camera. It was in HD. Great looking camera. There's no screen on the back, pretty much, but it did have Wi-Fi. So you can actually hook it up to your GoPro app on your phone, and it'll actually show what you're seeing on this phone here through your telephone screen, right? So a lot of people were scared to buy this model, this Hero Plus, because they thought it was just a plain Jane, you know, basic camera. I said, no, you can actually see what you're seeing with this camera because it had Bluetooth, it had Wi-Fi. So all you have to do is hook it up to your GoPro or your app on your phone, and you can see what you're pointing at, right? All right, and had an indicator light showing you that, it had a red light that blinked to show you that it's on record. It had, there's a blooper for you. It had a nice stabilization for it. It didn't shake too much. You know, it was a great camera. Like I said, I've been on my bike with this. My wife has had it on her bike, horses, everything else. I mean, it was a great steady camera. Okay. But what GoPro has done is they have improved on that. They've improved on this camera right here 100% more. They've even improved on this 8 more than the black, the Hero 7 Black, okay? And here's the thing. Now you get a broader, more lens. It's not quite as bigger, but it's just a tad bit bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that size there, because this is the camera with the glass case. This is without a case, and it's about the same size. But this is a tad bit bigger, but it's still light, still very light. So with this camera right here, the battery was integrated with the camera. You could not change the batteries on this. This camera right here, you were stuck with whatever battery you had in there. But like I said, I've had this camera a good 4 years, and it still holds its charge. Because one thing I will tell you, batteries over time, you know, as you keep charging them, they will somewhat lose their charge over time. So that's the reason why I can't stand, you know, certain electronics that has an integrated battery that you cannot change, because that battery over time is going to lose its, you know, its value. It's going to lose its charge. This right here, you can actually change the battery. You can swap batteries. So if you got, let's say when I'm riding on a motorcycle with this one, and I got about 2 hours on this, that's about it. If I'm recording on its highest resolution, maybe an hour and a half, hour 10 minutes. That's about it of recording. 2 hours running. If I'm just, you know, recording a little bit, stop, I got about a good 2 hours and a half with this. All right. With this, you've got 2 hours strong of recording on this camera here. once it's done, instead of me with this camera, like this camera, once I'm done recording, I gotta go and charge this up. This camera here, I can just pop the battery out of this camera, pop in a fresh one, keep going. So if I got a 32 gig card or a 64 gig card, I can record all day until that card is filled. Pop in a fresh battery, pop in a fresh card, and I'm recording all day long. There's no limits. That is the reason why I love this model. I love this model. All right. Here's another kick. Batteries. If you guys are scared of batteries, the battery for your Hero 5, 6, 7 can fit the Hero 8 Black. So you don't have to go out here and buy all new fresh batteries with the blue on it. It recommends you use the ones with the blue, but you can still use the batteries from your 5, 6 sample camera. So if you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 batteries in a bag from your old cameras, you can still use that battery in this. All right. Another thing is, like I said, you had to have the phone to see what you was looking at with this camera here. With this camera here, you actually have a screen. It has a small screen. We're gonna peel this off right here. That's just a protective little film there. There's a small screen right here that shows you exactly everything what's going on. Let's turn this on for you. You just hold that right there just for a few seconds. You can hear the beep. And you can see that small screen there. As you can see that? You can see everything what's going on. You can see me, everything. And you can see how there's no lag. As soon as I'm turning the camera, it's showing on here. All right? It shows everything that's going on as far as your timer, your battery life, you know, what settings you have on it, and on top, it's touchscreen. So you can touch it and you can move things about. See that? All right? Which is probably, I love that. All right, so there's no buttons you got to hit in sequence and all this kind of stuff like that. Like this camera right here, you had to hold this button to turn it on, hold this button to get into settings, and then hold this button down here to get into the Wi-Fi. You ain't got to do all that. All that is simplified with this, just a touch of a screen. That's it. And it's all right there in the front. You don't even have to go into the menu to do like your main things. You know, you can just hit pretty much, you know, you can see there. You can just hit. See, I'm hitting that to delete that picture there. Delete it. All right, because I had accidentally took my finger and hit it. But yeah, you can just hit see that? All your main functions, like you want to go slow-mo, you want to increase the resolution, decrease the resolution, things like that. It's all right here. You want to take a photo, it's all right there. Just hit those buttons, tap, tap, tap. And it's pretty much self-explanatory. All right. Next thing, like I said, resolution. This is 1080p, 60 frames. This right here is 4K, 4,000 rounds of resolution, 4K at 60 frames per second, guys. 60 frames. That, man, you talking about smooth imagery? This is a real good camera. All right. Then on top, you can choose your resolution. You can go 4K. You can go 1440p. You can go 1080p or 720p. You can go either one of those, however you want to take it. You can change the resolution on it. You can go native, cool, hot. You can do all that on this camera here. With this camera, you couldn't really do that. You had your choice, 1080p or that was it. All right. This camera, you can. Then on top of that, another reason why I like it is you got, not only this camera has a great, you see the microphone here is down here in front now. So any kind of noise, wind, things like that, it's got all the features on it that's going to cut down on high wind, high crazy noises, all the kind of stuff like that. Another main feature of this camera is its new 2.0 stabilization system. This camera was good being stabilized. Like I said, I'm on a bike. I'm on a sport bike. Bouncing on roads, things like that, you know, it wouldn't shake too bad. This right here, you can be on a mountain bike going down a mountain and your video is going to still come out really, really smooth. That's the big upgrade between this and the 7, which was the model just passed, and definitely this model here. All right, so new stabilization, wider screen, wider view. You can go 4x3, you can go 16x9. You can choose 1440p. You can go 4K. You can change the frame rate from 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second. That you couldn't do that with the older ones. I don't know if you could do that with the 7. I'm not sure. Somebody write in the comments if they could, but you could do it all with this 8. You can do all that with that 8. Swap out the batteries, swap out the SD cards. You're good to go. This right here, one touch to start recording, one touch to stop. It's not like this where you got to touch and hold it down to turn off the button. Nope. Your power button is on this side. Your shutter button's on the top. Simple as that. When you hit it, there's a red light that blinks here, and there's a red light that blinks right here that shows the people that you're shooting, that you're recording, and you can see yourself that you're recording. All right. Then on top, another reason I like this camera here is let me show you this feature here. Remember, the main thing is getting these the feet. I might type this. No, what it is? My hands are slick. Hold on, let me wipe my fingers here off, because it gets pretty hot in my little garage here. But remember how with the feet you kind of stuck with it, right? There we go. That's what I need. A little towel action. You kind of stuck with it, right? Well, pull this off, just unscrew that. I love this feature here. Now, some people don't like it. You pull that off. See these feet here? Okay, well, this right here is stationary. You pretty much, that's it. This right here. But if you, like with the 7, if you didn't have that little case to go in it, because that case had these feet, there was no way to mount it. Unless you was going to hold it in your hand like that. You know what I mean? With the 8, these little feet are integrated. See that? So you ain't got to worry about, oh man, let me get my GoPro. I want to get this cool shot. Oh man, I forgot the case. I can't mount it on my thing. Can't mount it here. I can't mount it on my head. You ain't got to worry about that. The feet are integrated. Just like that. You got to worry about that. See, it's all integrated. Pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff. All right, so that was one of the main things. Now, if you're a person that says, well, I don't know, you got that on there, it might be kind of weak. See how it's kind of shaking if it's holding on there? All right, fair enough. I'll tell you what. This is where this is coming in. You're a person like, now me and my wife, we love to take cruises. I love a good cruise. I love a nice, dope cruise. We just got off a cruise. Our last cruise, we went to Jamaica, Cayman Islands, and Mexico. And when I do a cruise, I like to do the excursions. I don't like to just get on a boat and just ride. For me, it's all about seeing like the features and the how people live. You know, the different countries. So when I was out there, man, they got this one excursion out there called scuba diving. You can actually go out there and scuba dive underwater. Now this thing right here is waterproof. You can go underwater a certain amount of feet, just as it sits. Just as it sits. You don't have to buy anything special. You can take this, put it on a mount, put it on your head, put it on your chest, whatever. Go underwater with it. But if you plan on going scuba diving, like going really deep, hard, underwater and staying under there, this is where this comes in. I got this in. Now, I'm going to say this. People get certain accessories for GoPros, and there's a lot of cheap accessories out there on eBay and Amazon, things like that. But I'm going to say this. There's a lot of accessories you do not want to go cheap on. I'm going to be honest. Like, for instance, the suction cup. I would not get a aftermarket suction cup. If I was going to buy the suction cup and stick this on the side of my car or my bike, as I have done, I would get the GoPro suction cup that I have gotten. I've actually have a GoPro from GoPro suction cup. It's a lot stronger. Now, like I said, I've been in sales 10 years before I started doing the job that I'm doing, the career that I got now. And true, there are a lot of companies out there, you know, manufacturer-wise, are made. This plastic is made from the same company as that plastic. They're the same company. All they do is stamp a different brand. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of GoPro stuff like that suction cup is made from a different manufacturer. Like, you might find a suction cup on eBay or Amazon for 15 bucks. The one on GoPro might be 50 bucks. But I'm here to tell you it is a big, big difference on the suction cup. Because I can't tell you how many people I've known have lost their GoPro off their car or off their helmet on their bike because they didn't have that thing sucked all the way in there, or that suction cup that they got was so cheap that it just don't work. So the suction cup that I have is the GoPro suction cup. And like I said, I've had this thing on my bike. I've had it on my bike windshield, on my helmet, on my bike tag, on my chest, on my head, and all that, and it is not falling off. All right. Now, some of the things, like I'm going to show you in a second, that you can go and buy the aftermarket. Now, the brand Neewer, Neewer, they make some pretty good, quality stuff for GoPro accessories. They really, really do. So you don't necessarily have to have that GoPro logo, although as cool as it looks, on every accessory that you buy. Stuff like head straps and things like that. In Neewer, that company Neewer makes some real good stuff, solid stuff. But like I said, suction cups, things like that, things that that's gonna stick, like these mounts here. But it's GoPro, they use that 3M. Buy the GoPro mount, man. Buy the mount, and buy the GoPro suction cup. That's my suggestion to you. Now let's get on with this. Now, like for instance, this. They sell an aftermarket this, which this is the case that goes around your GoPro that actually, keeps your GoPro, you can go way underwater and protects the lens. I honestly, this is one of the things where I would say, go ahead and go with GoPro. Here's number 2. If you have a warranty issue, if it falls, if it breaks, if it cracks, whatever, and you have that warranty where it says, okay, well, send it back to us and we'll repair it. I'm gonna bet you that they're gonna ask you, did you have it mounted on an actual GoPro mount? If you tell them no, I guarantee you that's probably more likely gonna void your warranty. And I've had that done before with PlayStations, where you call Sony and they're gonna ask you, okay, did you actually use the Sony PlayStation wire that goes to your TV or to your wall outlet? You tell them no, they're gonna void the warranty because they're gonna say, okay, possibly, the aftermarket cord was not qualified to run or go with that machine, so that's the reason why it was a failure. So now it is user error, and now they're gonna void your warranty. I've seen it so many times in my days of selling, and I'm trying to tell you, don't do it. Some of the stuff, man, just go ahead and bite the bullet, pay the extra, get the peace of mind. That way, if I got it in this thing and I'm underwater and it still gets water in it, I can take a picture of this, I can take a picture of the damage, and they have nothing to say. But hey, sorry, Mr. Todd's Takes, we're gonna send you another camera. Or sorry, Mr. Todd's Takes, we're gonna send you another product. So that's my suggestion with you with a lot of things you buy here. Seriously. So let's get to this. So we're gonna unbox this, right? And this, believe it or not, comes with its own mount. Comes with a mount again. And I'm gonna pull this out here. Ta-da! See that? That's the protective glass. And it comes with 2 doors. All right, so we're gonna put this out here so you can see. So you got the backing light that's on this backing here, and you got the solid backing. You want to ride around, but you still want good audio, you want this backing. You want to put this backing on, it's got the hole. All right? You want to go underwater, you want to do some kind of high-end, high-end sport or whatever you're doing, you don't want no damage to the camera. All you want is visual, you're not really worried about the audio, you want this case. Let me show you how it works. You see how this case already has, now this camera's already married to this case. This is the beauty about the 8. You don't have to marry it to this. You can take it out or leave it in. All right, so basically you just take that, squeeze it like that, pull it from the front, unfold it like that, pull it up. You got it? Take your camera here. Wipe down your glass real good. Wipe down your glass inside with a nice, some kind of cleaner or some, a damp rag, so your lens be clean. Pop that in there like that, as you can see. Pop this in, close this up, pop it in, voila. Man, you could take this thing, throw it on the floor. You're not worried about the lens cracking. You're not worried about the camera cracking. You're not worried about any of those things. And you're not worried about this expensive LCD cracking. Falls, whatever. Rock, you're on a bike, you're doing whatever mile an hour, rock hit it, it's gonna hit that glass. It's gonna hit that. And if it does crack it, pull it out, get another one. Pop it in. You got protection. Then you can take this, put this on your scuba gear. Scuba gear. Scuba gear. Go in the water with it, man. Go crazy, baby. Go crazy. Go in the water. See the fish. See the stingrays. You're protected. Waterproof up to 196 feet. That's 60 meters. I don't know there's a pool in the world that's that deep. But I know the ocean is. Go crazy. It's an awesome camera, guys. This is pretty much everything. And I'm going to show you this too. This is some batteries. GoPro batteries. So I got 2 batteries here, and I actually ordered. Like I said, Newer makes pretty good stuff. Like batteries, you can get you a Newer battery. These are great. And this kit right here, I got off Amazon. That's 1 battery, 2 batteries, 3 batteries, 4 batteries, and a 3-way charger for $18. $18. And they're the same. Yep. They're the same. You see. This is what your Hero 7, 6, and 5 battery is going to look like. It's going to look all black like that. This is what the 8 battery looks like. It's going to be blue. They put their indicator on there saying that, okay, this is the Hero 8 battery. But they're the same. Same milliamps, same everything. And they work. Lithium ion batteries. See that? No different, guys. Same pins, same everything. Same amount of time. No less, no more. Any of that stuff. So in all, I have 4, 5, 6 batteries. The case. All that. So. And when I get ready to want to charge it up, I can charge it up. Just like that. Boom. Guys, this is Todd's Takes. I hope that I answered all your questions. I hope that you guys got a great understanding on how GoPro works. And if you got any questions, comments, please rate, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button too, man. That really helps me out. and hit that bell, that notification, because I got more videos coming. I got more RC stuff coming. I got more bike stuff coming. I got more reviews coming. You know, I got all these things coming. Because like I said, before I do the career that I do now, you know, I was in sales, 100% commission sales for 10 years. And you know, in that situation, man, when you're 100% commission, if you don't know your stuff, or if you lie to a customer, that product's going to come back. And when that product comes back, that money comes out of your check. So I didn't, you know, for me, it wasn't about just the money. It was about helping people and reading and understanding and studying and doing research and getting people to understand what a product really does and if it's worth it. And some people don't need a whole lot of jibber jabber. They just want something that's pretty convenient. Convenience is king. Convenience is king. That's one thing I notice with people. So, you know, the more convenient it is, the more people like it. So, you know, if you oversell to somebody, they're gonna bring it back. If you lie to somebody about about doing something that it doesn't do, they're gonna bring it back. If you undersell to somebody, they're gonna bring it back. And I think that's the lost art of what's going on, you know, with retail. You got people that's, you know, I can see if you just selling ice cream. Yeah, but when you go into a Lowe's, you go into a Home Depot or whatever, and you're looking at cameras, you're looking at, you know, camcorders, any of that stuff, and you get this one person, and they don't know anything. They're like, I don't know, just Google it. You know, you can just go on our webpage and they'll tell you all about it. You don't want that person. You want somebody that's gonna tell you about that product. You want them to tell them the pros and the cons of it, you know. I mean, you more likely you've done your research, but you just want somebody that's actually has the product or have worked with the product to tell you about the product. And that's mainly what my channel's about, because, you know, I try to, that's what I get a kick out of. I get a kick out of helping people like that, because that's the reason why I stayed in 10 years, because I actually got to the point where I loved it. Because I got so much love on the outside. When I went to a store, people recognized me like, yo, I appreciate what you sold me. It's working great, blah, 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 blah. So that's the reason why I do this channel here. So I do this for you guys here. So, and I'm going to continue to do more. And like I said, I'm still starting out. My studio is not as great looking as some of the other studios, but you know what? That's now. Pretty soon, it's going to get better. Don't worry about it. So I really appreciate y'all, all my subscribers that have subscribed, to coming on my channel and looking at my channel. That's my little man cave sign. But on my channel, to come and look at my channel. I really appreciate it. And like I said, stay tuned, man, because I got more coming. I got more stuff coming, and I'm gonna, if I can help you out, then I'm gonna help you out. You know, I'm not gonna BS you around. If I bought it and it's a piece of crap, I'm gonna tell you it's a piece of crap. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, man. If I tell you it's a piece of crap, I'm gonna tell you it's a piece of crap. If I tell you it's great, it's great. I don't care how much money I spent on it. So, guys, I appreciate it. That is the Hero 8 Black. This is the old school Hero Plus. This thing is a long way from this. And I'm going to say this thing is a long way from the 7. The 7 is still a good camera. It's still a great camera, but you need that case to mount it. It doesn't have the 2.0 stabilization system. I'm not sure if it has 4K 60 frames. It does have the screen, but it doesn't have the better lens. This has got the better lens in it. This has got the screen. This has got the 2.0 stabilization. You can actually boost it so it doesn't shake at all, no matter whatever your terrain you're riding on. It's got the 4K 60 frames. It's got 1440p, 120 frames per second, which is phenomenal. Frames per second, if you don't understand what that is how smooth the image is. Like if you got something that's 30 frames per second, it's gonna move, but it's gonna move kind of slow, kind of like normally slow. 60 frames per second is how smooth. When it moves smoothly. I mean, when it pans, even when you're done, when you're watching the playback, it's smooth, it's liquid, it's just smooth. And when you got 120 frames per second, it's smooth, it's fast, it's flowing, it's motion. So that's the biggest thing with technology now. Your computers, your camcorders, your cameras, they're all searching. The technology is searching to get more frames per second and a higher resolution in a smaller packet and cheaper. That's the goal now, especially with computers. With PCs, when you're doing gaming, things like that. So when you hear a person, they're chasing that 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, that's what they want, that smoothness. That's what frames per second means. So again, I ain't gonna talk too much. That is the Hero 8 Black. I appreciate it, guys. This has been Todd's Takes. Rate, comment, subscribe. I've got more. We're going back to the track because we won first place with this thing. The Traction Slash. And that's a two-wheel drive, by the way. That's the brushless 3S two-wheel drive. And but I've got more RC stuff coming. And I've got more bike stuff coming. I got more truck stuff coming. I appreciate the love on that video of the McTuning lights that I got on the truck. Trust me when I believe. Guys, with the pickup truck, I got more stuff coming. So, especially with this camera, it's gonna look even better now. Guys, appreciate it. It's been Todd's Takes. Thank you. We flying. You see it. Yes, sir.